Hello guys, welcome to this new video on machine learning and AI. So what we are going to see in this video, let's first discuss that. Last video I had actually shown you how you could connect ChatGPT API to your Python code and you can get responses that you usually get on this UI of ChatGPT using Python code, right? So in this video what I decided was that to create some simple applications on the same Python code and to see like how you can actually use the OpenAI's ChatGPT API with Python to create beautiful applications. So without wasting more time, let's get started. So I have my Visual Studio Code open here and I have already written all the code here. So we'll go through the code first. So we are actually loading the API key in this variable, that is OpenAI.API key, with the help of dot environment. I have already installed it, so I don't need to install it again, and you'll get the API key from the OpenAI's website that I have shown in the previous video. If you don't have the OpenAI API key, you need to first get that key first. Once you have the key, then you can load it. So what this application is about, that instead of just getting one single response from the get response function here, I have created a main function which will act as a chatbot. So unless and until the user keeps on giving it input or it just types exit, then we'll come out of the application. Or else it will go on continuing and get the response from OpenAI. So let's run this piece of code and then let's run the if equal to main. So here the main application starts. So it says, okay, welcome to ChatGPT application. You can start the conversation here. So now you can just enter whatever you want to type. Hi, how are you? What is list in Python? So first I asked it that, hi, how are you? So it gave a response that, okay, this I am a AI bot and I don't have feelings, whatever, whatever. Then I asked him that what is Python? So it gave me the response in this manner, that this is a list, it's a built-in data structure and it allows to store multiple values of data type, blah, blah, blah. It gave an example and also showed that this is where the applications of a list could be. So this is how you can make a simple chatbot with the help of OpenAI key and simply using Python. So what if you can modify the way OpenAI actually behaves? So we can do it, right? We had seen in the last video where we need to pass a system role and then a ChatGPT will behave in a certain way. So I created one. So first let's get out of this chatbot by typing exit. So we are out of it. Now just check out the project that I have created. So I have a coding assistant, I have a grammar checker, I have a language translator, I have a mental health assistant. So what we are basically doing is that we get the response again from this function only that we had earlier. It has max token of 12,000. So the response size would not be longer than 12,000. The temperature which sets the randomness is set to 0 for now. Okay, and then in the main function, this will actually behave like a coding assistant. So how do you define it? So in the messages part, when you are calling this function, you just need to define the role as system and you need to provide some context that you are now connected to a coding assistant. Please ask your programming related questions or provide coding related prompts. And then you run the same piece of code. So now you see, it gives like, welcome to the coding assistant. Please ask programming related questions or coding problems. So let me ask some questions like, can you teach me how array works in Python? So it gave you the response in this way that, okay, coding assistant, of course, in Python, there is a collection of items stored in a contiguous memory location. You can think of an array as something, something, and blah, blah, blah. So it gave basically everything what is related to array. And you got the response from the chatbot. Now you must be questioning that what was the difference between the earlier chatbot that I had shown you and this chatbot. So actually in this chatbot, we are asking ChatGPT to behave in a certain way, right? So we have asked it to behave as a coding assistant. So it will give you only response in that way. If I asked it to behave like a bad coding assistant, then it will give you the response in that way. So we are basically setting the tone of the ChatGPT, like how do you want it to behave? Whereas in the earlier code that I showed, in that we were not setting any system role. So you can keep on asking continuous questions, teach me about C++ arrays. Now it gave the response for that. It is important to note C++ arrays, fixed size, blah blah blah, so and so on. So in this way, you will get the response from the chatbot in a particular way. So let's exit this application. Now let's check the other application. So this is also very similar. Just the thing that is changed here is that the role of the system. So now I have given the context as that you are now connected to a virtual writing assistant. Please provide your writing example or grammar related stuff. So what kind of application is this? This is a grammar checker or maybe a spelling checker kind of thing. So let's run this thing, and now I'll give it some bad spellings. I going to school. I not happy. So this is bad grammar, right? This is also bad grammar as well as bad spelling. So I'll ask it, can you correct this sentence? So let's see what it gives. So the virtual assistant gave, I am going to school, I am not happy. So this was the output that you should be actually writing as a virtual assistant. So whatever bad input you give, it will actually correct it. Let's try once again. Bad people. I hate good people like me. Correct the grammar and sentence. So it gave the corrected grammar as well as bad people. I hate them. I like good people like me. So you see how it is behaving as a grammar checker. So it is very accurate, right? So now let's check out other application that I have. So I also have a language translator, and here the context is that you are now connected as a language translator. Please provide the sentences and phrases you want to translate. That is the context that we are setting in the admin part. So sorry, in the system part. So let's run the main file here, main program. So now I will provide it a sentence. Hi, my name is Shabir Governor. Please translate this in Hindi, Marathi, and Telugu. So let's see what the output is given by the language translator application. It might take some time, but keep your patience. So, so you see, it gave the output. So it gave that in Hindi, Namaste, मेरा नाम शब्बीर गव्हर्नर है. In Marathi, Namaskar, माझं नाव शब्बीर गव्हर्नर आहे. In Telugu, now what this is called, I actually don't know Telugu, so sorry for that. Hey, నా పేరు షబ్బీర్ గవర్నర్ ఉంది. Cool, right? So this is how you can use ChatGPT as a language translator also in your particular application. You can just integrate this entire code in the backend according to the business requirement. So let's exit this application. I have one more, that is a mental health assistant. So I have given the context here to the system as that you are now connected as a mental health counselor. Okay. So I will be acting as a patient here. So let's run this part. Okay. I'll ask him, hey. So it said, hello, how are you feeling today? Is there something specific you would like to talk about or concern that you would like to share? So it is asking me or behaving me like just like a mental health support assistant or maybe a doctor kind of guy. Okay, so I'll tell him that I don't feel great today. Can you help me? So it replied that I am sorry to hear that you are not feeling great today. It's completely normal to have pull-ups and downs in life, and it's important to acknowledge and address your feelings when we are not doing well. blah blah blah. So it actually talks like a counselor, right? So you see the tone of the message is also that is very very subtle and very soothing, very healing, just like a professional counselor would have talked. So these are some of the applications that you can actually make with the help of OpenAI's ChatGPT API, and you can deploy this kind of applications in your particular projects and make your application more productive. So this is about a storytelling application. So here I have just asked it to uh, assist me as a storytelling assistant. So this is a storytelling assistant. Let me give it some prompt. Tell me a bad Bollywood story which is bound to flop. So let's see what it gives. Okay, so it gave the story. Storytelling assistant. Once upon a time, there is in the bustling city of Mumbai, there lived a young ambitious filmmaker named Rahul. Rahul has this setbacks, whatever. Rahul came with a script, believe it as unfire hit, and so it basically gave a Bollywood kind of story which is not going to work with audience. So this is how you can make your ChatGPT work as a storytelling application. So let's exit this. Any other left? So yeah, this is a personalized recommendation. So here just I have provided the context as your now a personalized recommendation system. Please provide your reference or input as you are one. So let's run this. Now I'll ask for some recommendation. Please recommend me some Harry Potter books. So it gave the response as this personalized recommendation system. Sure, here are some personalized recommendation for Harry Potter books. These are the books that it gives as a recommender. So this is the response that you get in a very personalized manner from ChatGPT. This is how you can get it from ChatGPT. So basically, you can integrate this kind of responses in your backend application or in your application and make your product make your product, your projects more productive. This was all that I wanted to show you in this video. Feel free to ask any questions that you have regarding this video in the comment section below. I will be passing this IPYNBs to you as a GitHub link below, so you can find the code there. So I hope that this video has added some learning value to your AI journey. If you feel that my work is adding some value to your learning journey, feel free to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Till then, see you next time, guys.